What's good? It's your boy CJ Goodfellow. We back with the boxing clinic. Late start today, but you know we moving. We gonna keep it moving. I'm gonna hit y'all with a few videos real quick, man. You know, get your boxing fix on today. And Billy Joe Saunders, according to an article about boxing scene, you know how I do it. We do it. Put the link in the description so you can check out the article. Know that it's true. But you know, he said he'd jump at the chance to beat fight Miracle Man Danny Jacobs of Brooklyn, New York. You know, in December. You know, after he beat the shit out of Willie Monroe. And, you know, it'd be nice if Bob Arum and Al Hammond could play along, you know, because they had Rigondeaux, Lomachenko ahead the card, and this could be the undercard December 9th, you know. I wish they worked together, man, but that's far-fetched. But that'd be a dope card. That'd make 100% that I'll try to make it to that fight. Probably do a same-day flight just for the Rigondeaux, Lomachenko. Get some coverage for y'all, man. You know, I'm really not into, you know, interviews and shit, but that fight is it's like a solar eclipse. It's very rare that you get those two high caliber amateur fighters and high caliber skilled professional fighters in the same ring together. But you know, Billy Joe Saunders said that basically, I'm paraphrasing, we can read the article. Danny Jacobs going around acting like he beat Triple G. He lost. They need to forget about it. He said if he really wants to fight me, he can come to London, England, or I go to America. And you know, Billy Joe Saunders sound like he got some confidence back. He would Dominic Ingle, Kell Brook trainer, and I'm thinking that he got his nutritionist in his you know, whole physical fitness team, man. Because Kell Brook is a fucking monster. How he squoze down to 147 all these years, and how he moved up to 160, he looked like a motherfucking animal. And you know, Billy Joe Saunders looking, you know, pretty ripped up himself right now. And you know, Willie Monroe said, you know, they supposed to do VADA, and they ain't even enlisted yet. So it's a little fishy thing. I did a video on that. You can look at the archives about that. They got it 2 Saturdays ago. But yeah, man, this is a good fight, man. You know, Billy Joe Saunders did beat Chris Ebanks Jr. People tend to forget that and act like Ebanks Jr., you know, they just, you know, men in black, the red light, just act like the shit never happened. And actually, Chris Ebanks Jr. ducked Danny Jacobs. A lot of people don't know that. He could have fought Danny Jacobs for the regular WBA title at middleweight. So when he goes around telling people, oh, nobody wanted to fight me at 160, that was a lie. Danny Jacobs was ready to accommodate him and fight, and that would have been an excellent fight. I can't give you a time frame when that was. I think that might have been. It was. He took the time. It was one of those fights he took. I think it was Tommy Langford fight that never happened. It's around that time. Don't quote me on that though, but it happened though. But you know, Billy Joe Saunders is filled with confidence these days. You know, he ain't fought since December 2015. And, you know, and I think that's one of the reasons why, you know, he didn't probably choose Danny Jacobs for this fight. For the simple fact that, you know, I think he don't respect Willie Monroe because Willie Monroe can't punch. But Willie Monroe is a very skilled guy. Willie Monroe could have the ability and the potential to punch if he gets with the right trainer or right boxing coach and teach him how to sit down his punches some more. He got a lot of potential there. And I seen him work with Floyd Sr. on Boxing Nation little Facebook live stream, whatever video they put up. And, you know, if he learns the ins and outs and really how to sit down on his punches, he could be a dangerous foe. But Billy Joe Saunders don't respect Willie Monroe. He actually wanted to fight David Lemieux, but David Lemieux has some I think a shoulder and a hand injury, and he didn't want to go fight Billy Joe Saunders. And Billy Joe Saunders said that you know, he had an injury, but anyway he had beat his ass too. And I think Billy Joe Saunders is outboxed the shit out of David Lemieux. If David Lemieux don't knock him out, but I would pick Billy Joe Saunders. But not coming off this layoff, I probably would tend to even with the injuries, you know, off a 2-year layoff damn near, I probably would have favored David Lemieux. But overall, if they both at their best, I probably would have favored Billy Joe Saunders. And Billy Joe Saunders get a bad rap, you know, because, you know, he been inactive, he got fat, had a bad comeback fight in December 2015. But he can fight, he can box. I think he's the best defensive fighter in the UK right now over there. And he can fight. He can beat Danny Jacobs. Yeah, hell yeah, he can beat Danny Jacobs. You know, Danny Jacobs ain't as special as people acting out to be. You know, wasn't nobody Danny Jacobs fan before the Peter Quillen knockout. And then a lot of people weren't even still fans before the Triple G fight. Everybody just adopted him for the triple after he competed with Triple G and said, "Oh, this guy's the truth." At the end of the day, he did lose. It was a close competitive fight. I had him winning by 1 or 2 points. Billy Joe Saunders can beat Danny Jacobs. You know, he can. I'm not saying I pick him. But I'm not saying it's a 50-50 fight at this point either. But he can beat him. You know, Billy got some pop. And it's a fight. If it happened in December, man, the end of the year, it's about to be lit. You know, lit. You know, it's definitely going to be lit, man. We had a hell of a 2017. And if boxing trends this way in 2018 and keeps getting the best fights, or at least the better fights, we get to see more frequently, other than those mismatches. In 2015, man, boxing is definitely on the uprise. The stock is rising up for boxing. 2017 has set a standard and put boxing on the pedestal like it has been on for years. In 2018, can any way mirror 2017? Man, boxing might be a premier sport a major sport in America again. But we gone.